Good morning, crafty friends. I'm Elizabeth of Earl Crochet, and this is my October video update. I'm just going to share a few of the things I've been working on and being excited about recently. I did share what I was working on with you fairly recently in my normal schedule. Normally I'd film at the beginning of the month. Last month it was a bit delayed and it was more like mid-September, so it's only been a couple of weeks since I last shared, so there's not so much to share, but anyway. So I suppose first things, what I'm wearing today is my Crochet colour block sweater, which actually I think it's called colour block jumper because Crochet is an Australian brand. And so Crochet, yeah, the Australian brand of yarn. I actually used Peyton's yarn for this one. It was Peyton's extra fine merino, so Peyton's EXFM, and it's 8-ply, and it's very similar to the Crochet super fine merino, which was recommended for the pattern. Yes. Anyway, I finished this one quite a while ago, so you've probably seen it before if you've been around for a while. So October is also known as Socktober. Lots of people knit socks, and lots of crocheters at the moment are crocheting socks. I showed you last time I have been knitting a pair of socks. I haven't made a great deal of progress on those yet. This is my second sock. I still haven't done the heel on the first sock because, well, the ball is attached to this sock, so we'll get there eventually. But I am thinking I might crochet a sock as well, because Deanne of Addy Day Designs, who is also Australian, she has a new sock pattern coming out this month, especially for the sock along that the crocheters are running. So the hashtag for that, a lot of people use hashtag Socktober on Instagram, or I think the crochet one that they're doing is hashtag SockAlong2018. So yeah, feel free to get involved if you knit or crochet socks. I think there's also various Ravelry groups where you can enter your things. I'm not really sure of all the details, as I've been stepping back a little bit from being super involved and keeping up with online stuff the last couple of months, which has been nice. It's been a little less pressure. Anyway, a little bit of missing out, but mostly just, yeah, less pressure to keep up with everything. Anyway, today is a gorgeous rainy day. I like rainy days, especially because we've had so much dry weather in Australia this winter. And so, yeah, we're finally getting some well-needed rain, especially for, like, you know, the country areas. Some of the farmers are really, yeah, it's kind of a drought. Anyway, thank you to everyone who subscribed since my last video. That was really exciting. Yeah, so I'm still planning on doing some sort of a giveaway. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, I'll let you know maybe next month if we hit 1,000 before then. So yes, thank you for subscribing and supporting my channel. Now let's get into what I've been making. I did show you last time that I bought some yarn from Skein Sisters, which was really good. A friend of mine drove me up there. It was good to get to know her better, and it was really good to have a bit more inspiration to make again. So I got a couple of skeins of Ren and Ollie in the Spin DK. I also got some of their sock yarn, which I haven't made anything with yet. So I showed you this last time. I got Pond and Tide Pool, and I finished, it's off the needles, it's a knitted cowl, and it's called Copenhagen Calling. This particular pattern, it does look quite different if you use contrasting colours, because this middle section, you end up with all these little triangles in each of your contrasting colours. I've just dropped my tag, which I need. But yeah, so there's this really nice little knit thing to knit up. Yeah, there's this little rib section, and then there's this other pattern, which, yeah, like I said, if you use contrasting colours, has these little triangles. Otherwise it just has these nice little subtle kind of texture to it, and then this top bit is a lace section. When I first, yeah, unfortunately, once again, I didn't have enough yarn for this DK knitted project, like with my Netherton pullover. So I got to this part of the lace section, and I actually ran out of this main colour, and then you're meant to do like a few rows of garter stitch. But because I'd run out of yarn, I just didn't do that, and so I cast off and unfortunately it was like curling really bad, like the whole thing would curl over, and so it would like cover up all of that lace section, which was really sad. So I picked up the stitches again, and I actually, right at the end there, for a few rows, just used the first colour again. Not that you can really tell, because I didn't use contrasting colours, but I used a colour that, yeah, this colour is also fairly involved in the multicoloured yarn, so you can't really tell. The thing is though, it's meant to be a 2 skein project. Like, it doesn't specifically say that on Ravelry, but yeah, it says using DK weight yarn and using 2 colours, and it says entirely knitted in the round, there are only 4 ends to weave in. So that implies you only need 2 skeins of DK weight yarn, right? Well, it then also says that for the first colour you need 250 meters, so that's this colour, and for the second colour you need 330 meters, which is this colour. Now these, even though they're 115 grams, they're only 230 meters. So I don't know if they're expecting to get 330 meters out of 100 grams of DK yarn, because as with my Netherton jumper, the problem I had, that's a very thin DK. I don't know, there's no standard across the world. Like, this seems pretty standard for Australian DK, like 230 meters in 100 grams. Well, that's 115 grams actually. But yeah, I need to actually read patterns properly to see how much yarn they need. Not just in skeins, but in meters and everything. Anyway, it worked out okay. I was a bit concerned, yeah, before I blocked this. It's been blocked now, because when I did the edging, it was still curling over a little bit. But now that I've blocked it, it's perfect. And this is a gift for my sister, whose birthday it is this week. It's a bit funny, because that was where I folded it, where I blocked it. But you never know once you're wearing it. So hopefully she likes it. I don't, like, it's a bit funny coming up to summer, but anyway. So, yeah, there we go. Oh, it feels much better on now that I've blocked it as well. It was a bit more stiff before. So there we go. I wouldn't actually wear a crocheted jumper with a knitted cowl, or at least not this crocheted jumper. Okay, yeah, so I'm really happy with how this turned out, all things considered. It only took me about a month, and that's including, like, you know, having to finish it twice and putting it off a little bit in the middle. Because when it didn't work the first time, I was like, oh, I need to undo it. But I wasn't ready to do it right away. Got to think about it for a while. Anyway. So I've also been doing a little bit of cross stitch. This one is actually another gift. I've been planning this one for a while. I'd done the text quite a while ago. So it says, good hustle. This is a gift for a friend. It was maybe going to be a birthday gift, or maybe a Christmas present. But I think I might just give it to her. I mean, I still need to, like, figure out if I'm going to, like, just frame it in an embroidery hoop or try to frame it in a frame. I'm not sure. But anyway, the cross stitch bit is done. Just something simple. I really like it. Turned out really good. And that's actually based on a pattern by Plastic Little Covers on Instagram. And this is one I've been working on. And so you can tell, like, this leaf is the same as this one up here. And then I've just flipped it over for the bottom. And then the text is basically the same, like, style. And so I've just used the same shapes. And then I think I had to, like, you know, turn the N from this upside down to make a U, and then just had to figure out how to do a G. But all the other letters were there. So yeah, I've been working on this a bit. This is more of a whip, of course. So this one comes and goes. I've been working on this one for quite a while. So in this week I've just done these leaves and this one. So I have more plans to work on this one. I'd like to finish it soon so I can start a new one. I've got many that I want to work on. There's one I kind of want to make, but it has a swear word in it, which I like the whole sentiment of the thing, but I don't know if I want a swear word hanging on my wall of my home. Yeah, so it says, it's by the same designer, Plastic Little Covers, and it says, do no harm, but take no shit. And I really like their sentiment, like, just, you know, yeah, don't hurt people, but don't take crap from them either. But yeah, not sure if I want that hanging on my wall, or how much time I want to spend on that. But I have other ones that I want to do, like there's one from her that says, this too shall pass, which that's more up the road of what I want to have on my wall. Anyway, let's move on. Oh, I've been doing some sewing. So I've been shopping at Spotlight and checking out the fabric, and they've got a special, it's actually finishing today, on their Christmas fabric. And so of course I bought some Christmas fabric, and I sewed, if you've been following me on Instagram, you would have already seen it, but I sewed a Christmas project bag. I'm so happy with this. Like, I just made it up. You know, I wanted a drawstring instead of a zipper, and oh man, the drawstring was made it so much easier, because it meant I could attach the lining at the end rather than having to like attach the lining and the outside to the zipper and then figure out how to sew it all up and etc. So yeah, I traced a circle around one of the lids of one of our Pyrex containers, and then I knew it was about 60 centimeters, so I had to like have 60 centimeters of fabric around here plus a seam allowance, and have about that big, which I think was about 12 centimeters. Then I had a bit of fabric, and that one actually folds over, so it goes down to about, well actually I'm pretty sure it just goes down to there. And yeah, so then what I've done to make this drawstring is, so I sewed along the top just to flatten it, and then another line about a centimeter lower, and then down here as well I sewed 2 rows, and then the drawstring just threads through this big gap here, and then I've just sewn the sides up to this section, so this bit is all not attached on the sides, but I think it works. And then yeah, I just did pretty much the same for the lining, so did a circle, made it a bit smaller, and then did the sides of it and sewed that all up, and then I just popped it in and sewed around. So there's 2 lines there because I sewed the kind of the hem over of the lining, and then I sewed the lining to the bag. And yeah, you can see there's a bit of interfacing still sticking up, which I've used. I ended up using 2 layers of interfacing on the outside of the bag, nothing on the lining. Because yeah, before I've done just 1 layer of interfacing, and it doesn't seem to do a whole lot with the weight of the interfacing that I've got. So 2 layers is nice. And yeah, it just pulls like that. And I've got some Christmas ribbon I bought a few years ago. It just says Merry Christmas, I think. Yeah, it just says Merry Christmas. I thought sometimes it said Season's Greetings. But yeah, so I'm very much getting excited about Christmas already. I actually have my coffee in a Christmas mug. It says, I bring you good news of great joy. A Saviour has been born. He is Christ the Lord. Which I'm sure I've shown you guys before. We actually have 2 of those which say slightly different things. So I'm not sure if I've shown you that one or the other one. But yes, Christmas. We actually bought a full-size Christmas tree for the first time the other day. We just buy plastic ones. I've never had a live Christmas tree in my life. Because yeah, for the last few years, like pretty much since I moved out of home, I've just had a little Christmas tree with a little set of baubles on it. But this year, well actually last year we decided we wanted a full-size, like 180 centimeter Christmas tree. But by the time we decided and committed, everywhere was sold out of Christmas trees, which is like, what do people buy a new Christmas tree? How can you sell out of Christmas trees? Do people buy a new one every year? No, like I'm hoping this one lasts for quite a while. Like, I mean, it's not a super high quality one, but it'll be good. We still got to buy some decorations for it. I'm really into having like just a color scheme, like maybe red and gold, and just all the decorations on it have to be red and gold. So yeah, no crafty projects for Christmas decorations on the tree. It's not allowed. Just red and gold. I think that's the colour scheme we're going to go with, but I'm not certain. So yeah, we'll have to get some baubles. Anyway, that's enough about that. I've got some works in progress that I'll show you real quick. I will come back to Christmas, talking about Christmas at the end, I swear. So yeah, just real quick, I'm still working on my second Hufflepuff scarf. I finished the first one, well, sort of. I've still got like an end of the first one, and then I have to sew up the ends as well. This is my second one. I want to have these done. So this one's for Matt, and the first one was for me. I want to have these done for when the next Fantastic Beasts movie comes out, The Crimes of Grindelwald. I think is sometime in November. So, I mean, that'll be plenty of time. Like, it's a fair bit of knitting to go on this, but I'm definitely getting faster at my knitting, and like, you know, especially after this one, there's no fancy stitches in that. I can just mindlessly knit, and yeah, just have to keep track of how many rows of each color I've done. Yeah, just means I have to actually prioritize that rather than working on a million other things. But it's a good project I can actually take places with me. So maybe I'll pop it in my new Christmas project bag and take it to church tonight or something. Yeah, I already showed you my Don't Tell Me to Smile cross stitch. And oh, I have started a crochet project. The first bit of crochet apart from this jumper in this video today. This one is another gift. I'm all about the gifts at the moment. Which is great because so many times I make stuff for myself and then I'm like, oh, I never use it or whatever. But sometimes I'm nervous about making stuff for other people because I don't know if they will like it as enough. Or so this one I'm using Bendigo Woolen Mills. This is the luxury 8-ply and I've got 3 colours of it. So there's 2 balls of this. I was meant to be grey, but it's slightly more of a blue. I think that's okay. This light blue, and then there's a slightly darker one in a white. I can't remember the exact names, they're around somewhere. So I'm doing a corner to corner, but like in little squares. And this is, I'm using a tutorial by a lady by the name of Heather. And on Instagram, she is the Patchwork Heart. And so she has a blog post where she gives a tutorial about how to make a gingham corner to corner blanket. And so I thought I'd be able to get to like 15 squares across to get the size I wanted, but I'm not, so I don't have enough yarn. So actually I might have to like take that one off, which would be pretty easy, and just go to that white one there, because it'll be white in each of the corners. So it'll either be, stop here or I'll do one more. But I told myself I'm not allowed to do any more until I've weaved in all these ends. So of course I just haven't done any more. Yeah, so the way it'll look, it'll continue to look like this. So here will be another pale blue one, and then dark blue, pale blue, dark blue, and then the next row will be white, pale blue, white, pale blue. So I have 2 balls of this colour and 1 of each of these colours. But yeah, so that's for a friend who's having a baby next year. I have a few friends having babies next year. I actually had a dream last night where I had a baby. That was weird. We visited my new nephew yesterday, who was just a few weeks old. It's a new little baby, which is very exciting. Just got babies on the brain, I think. Not that I'm having one anytime soon. Anyway, it's all for works in progress. But yes, I have been shopping at Spotlight for Christmas fabrics. I bought a gift for another friend recently. I really want to show you guys. So it's not something I've made, it's something I bought at Spotlight, but I really wanted to show you guys this. You know how much I love a set of like fat quarters with all these fun fabrics. So this one's the red one with little deers on it, the Christmas deers. This one just got presents. Matt helped me pick this out actually for my friend. So little owls wearing scarves. A little blue fabric with snowflakes. And then this one I think has deers. Oh, what's that? Squirrel, and there's a little squirrel on this side. Yeah, so that would be fun. It's a friend who's into sewing. So, yes. I'll give her that. And look, I took the price tag off and it's just like a nice wrapped up little present. So that works well. I've also, this was yesterday, also bought some things for myself. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited about this. So, guys, I'm gonna make a dress out of this fabric. succulent and cactus plants. Oh my goodness. Yep. So excited. Even more exciting. Like, I decided I wanted to make a Christmas skirt or a Christmas dress, and I was like, oh, do I want to go subtle Christmas so I can like get a bit more extended wear out of it, or do I want to go really non-subtle Christmas and super fun and bold? And I was looking at this particular fabric and I just could not stop giggling at how fun it is. Look, it's Christmas fabric and it's got these little puppy dogs on it. Look at them, look at them, look at them, look at them. Oh. So I'm gonna make a skirt out of this fabric. There's a puppy dog. There's just all these puppy dogs. So I'll show you. A few months ago I bought this. Tilly and the Buttons. Well, Tilly Wellens. So I follow Tilly and the Buttons on Instagram. Actually, Tilly Buttons is their username on Instagram, or her. I'm not sure if it's a single girl or a group of women. A single woman or a group of women. I think, so Tilly obviously runs it. She wrote this book, but then I'm not sure. Anyway, they make sewing patterns. And I've been looking at them online thinking I might buy one for a while. But then I was at Spotlight and I found this book when I was looking at some other patterns at Spotlight, and they have, like, I've put tabs in for where all the patterns actually start. And so I'm going to make, this is the dress, the Megan dress I'm going to make with the succulent fabric. So that will be so much fun. And then probably first I'll do the skirt because it's a little bit, I think it's a bit more straightforward. This is what I'm going to make with my Christmas fabric. I'm going to make the Clements skirt. So it's really exciting. I'll probably make the skirt first. Just there's a few less pieces and I think it's a little bit less fiddly. I'll try to put pockets in both of them, of course. Because that's the best bit about sewing your own clothes. You can put pockets. And so this book, I really enjoy it. So it's got like, yeah, heaps of instructions about how to do everything. It's like got some instructions about doing French seams, which I've never done before. Yeah, so it's like, this skirt is a great opportunity to introduce you to some good friends of mine, French seams, known as English seams to the French, curiously enough. So each pattern kind of comes with like some new techniques you can use. So this one's got gathering in it, when you gather the skirt to the waistband, and then at the end of each pattern, it's like make it your own. And so for the skirt, it's got side seam pockets and some instructions about how to make side seam pockets. So they're not in the regular pattern, but they're in the kind of instructions to make it a bit extra special. Or there's one where you could make the belt, so the waistband, you could do a bow on the front of it. So that's fun. Yeah, so then there's also this, like, this blouse. You know what, maybe I should do these last time, I'm not sure, but just, I'm really excited about that. There's another dress, the Lulu dress. Yeah, so I'm gonna make a dress and a skirt. I'm really excited, I'm loving this. It's not normally a colour I'd wear, but yep, it's happening. So, I think that's about all I've got to show you today. Not such a long one, but I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, I hope you guys are getting excited for Christmas as well. I suppose a lot of you will be preparing for Halloween. We're not really big on Halloween here. I like Christmas better anyway. So, yeah, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you if you already have. Give me a thumbs up or leave a comment down below if you have any questions or if you want to share what you've been working on or anything like that. Anyway, bye.